I'm not gonna lie, this is probably going to be the hardest version of these so far. What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another video. Today we are doing a ships tier list from Demon Slayer, and today we are doing some demons. So I'm putting 3 of them together. It's going to be Kokushibo, Doma, and Akaza. If you've been watching my channel for any period of time, you might know that I tend to not lean heavily towards shipping demons. I ship the humans a little bit more because I care a little bit more about them. But y'all really wanted to hear what my thoughts were on these, and some of these are quite good that I actually do have some thoughts on. But I figured I would put the 3 most shippable demons, in my opinion, together because it just makes the most sense. I also am using a different microphone today. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm really scared that it's a little bit sensitive and it's gonna make it tough, but we're gonna give it a try. But we're gonna dive right in, but before we do, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. If you are interested in getting access to some fun perks like early release of videos, priority reply in the comments, and getting to help choose what videos I make every week, you can join my channel memberships. For a small fee, you get access to those perks and more, and you get to help support my goal of becoming a full-time content creator. So if you are interested in joining, just hit the join button below. But with that, let's get into it. Alright, this is gonna be hard, y'all. I don't think about these ships very much. Like, it's not really for me, but y'all really wanted this, so I have to give it to you because I love you guys, and I'm gonna do that. And starting with Kokushibo and Muzan. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard of. I feel like the 2 of them understand each other a little bit better. I feel like both of them are pretty hell-bent on like strength and power. They just go about it a little bit differently. The only issue is that like Muzan he's Kokushibo's master. They do feel a bit more like partners than like master and student, master and I don't know. They have those, like, they have the less vibes of that than Muzan and pretty much all the other demons. I'm gonna have to put it in B. I'm just trying to think through it. I'm trying to think, like, I've never really thought about it. It's not awful. Should I put it in A? Alright. Why the hell not? Why the heck not? We'll put it in A, which obviously this next one, not only is the age gap really bad, they're also distantly related. So, ew. Kokushibo and Doma, they have respect for each other, but I don't feel like they have any reason to get along. Like, I feel like all of the upper 3, they kind of all hate each other because Doma wants to be upper 1, Akaza wants to be upper 1, Kokushibo obviously wants to remain upper 1, so I don't see them getting along. I know Doma tries to be like, oh, we're friends, but that's kind of a facade anyway. So we're putting this one in B. Yeah, I guess I like Kokushibo with Muzan better. Kokushibo and Yoriichi, they are twin brothers, so I think we know where that's going. This is so random. This is like one of the most randomest ships I've ever seen. Kokushibo and Shinjuro, like why? Who came up with this? Why is it here? I don't like demon x human. The only demon I spend a lot of time thinking about shipping them with people is Nezuko, and Nezuko is like a different situation because she is quite literally the only demon in the entire story outside of her brother who becomes a demon and then goes back to being a human at some point. Every other demon in the story is a demon forever until they die, or like a Yushiro situation where he just is like still living today. So I don't like this, but I don't know if I can really put it in ew, because ew usually means, I mean, there is a huge age gap here. I'm thinking more just like adult and child or like siblings. So it's gonna go in C. It's not for me. And Kaigaku, we don't really know how old he is. I always lean on the side of since Zenitsu is 16 to 17 during the story, Kaigaku is very clearly older than him. I would put him in the at least 19 range, maybe even 20 range. So he's at least like an adult, but I see Kokushibo as more of a mentor because he's the one who like Kaigaku ended up fighting that made him choose to become a demon. No, there's no romantic undertones there whatsoever. I'm gonna put this one in you because it just seems a lot more like father and son than anything else. And thinking about shipping it is making me a little bit uncomfortable. Kokushibo and Nakime. I have to admit something. I know there is like some kind of side story about Nakime out there that I do believe is canon. It's in one of the like core records books. I think it's in the one that hasn't been printed in English, if I'm remembering correctly, which I do own. I just need to start working on like trying to translate it, but that's like a long process since I'm not that good at Japanese yet. I would have to be doing a lot of Googling and that sort of thing, which I don't really want to do. I want to translate it with my own knowledge. So I know there's some kind of story out there. I've heard that she had a husband. I think she killed him? I can't remember the details of the story, and for all I know, it could be just misinformation. I have not fact-checked that. So I don't know enough. Like, Nakime is one of those characters where her design is really cool, and I feel like there was so much potential. She just was a victim of, like, you're in the final arc, and we have to develop the characters that actually mean something to the story, so you're just kind of gonna be there to be cool, and that's it. But I still don't mind the vibes. Like, I feel like they would kind of work. Like, in my head, I'm like, sure. But it's not S tier. There's going to be very few S tier ships here. We're going to put it in A, though, because I don't know how to, like, explain. I like it. I think that's my favorite Kokushibo ship so far, and maybe my favorite of what's listed here, because this looks like this is already the last Kokushibo ship, which is Kokushibo and Akaza. This is the same as Kokushibo and Doma to me, although I do think they did blood battle, and Kokushibo enjoyed the fight. So he let Akaza live. As far as I know, that's canon. But I don't... Do I like it more than Kokushibo and Doma? Or do I just put it with Kokushibo and Doma because that just feels like the correct thing to do? I think that's the correct thing to do. So we're gonna put it next to each other because just upper three in general, shipping them together just doesn't feel right because they're not put into a situation where they're gonna ever like feel romantic feelings for each other. And I understand that shipping is like, oh, it's funny, it's whimsy, it's like there's not much in the story to really guide us in shipping outside of the few canon ships that are in the story. So it's just like a fun thing to talk about with the story. But I do need there to be something. I need there to be like, I could see it or I like the idea. And these ones I just feel like I can't see it and I don't really care. So that's where they're going. Okay, there was a couple of ships I thought would be here with Kokushibo. Well, really only one, and I think this is only a thing because of Kate Pat Mosh, Kokushibo, and Giyu. I understand why people like it, partially because of her skits, and partially because they're both, like, they got similar vibes, I guess you could say. If it were here, I think I would put it in B, because, again, human x demon don't love, but at least to me, it makes a little bit more sense than Shinjuro. Like, Shinjuro is so random that I'm just like, what? Giyu, I'm like, well, they never meet, and they wouldn't get along, but okay, I guess I can kind of see it. So, I would put it in B, but it's not here. So we have come to, obviously, our S tier ship of Akaza or Hakuji and Koyuki, so his canon fiancé. A lot of people call her his wife, but I don't think they ever actually did the ceremony, unfortunately, because of the situation they were in. I love it. I think it's really adorable. His backstory is very heartbreaking, and it's not like one of my absolute favorite canon ships just because it lives in the realm of a backstory and it's for a demon, and like my brain just has a hard time processing feelings on ships for characters that I don't really care that much about. And while Akaza is a wonderfully written demon, and he's my second favorite demon in the story, as I said, my feelings on demons are very meh, because I just lean heavily towards preferring, like, concentrating on the demon slayers, because that's just who I am, that's just my preference. So I do really like this ship. It's very sad. It's my favorite ship of his, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm gonna put it in S because it is the S tier ship of this list. I don't think there's any other S tiers that are gonna pop up, I'm not gonna lie. But it's not like it's something that I'm like, oh my god, I am in love with this ship. Like, when the movie came out last year, everyone was talking about how much Akaza's story made them cry, and how much Hakuji and Koyuki were so beautiful, and I'm like, I want to talk about the fight. I want to talk about Tanjiro and how, like, good he did. I want to talk about Giyu wanting to protect Tanjiro. Like, that was the kind of stuff I wanted to talk about, while everyone else was like, oh, I forgive Akaza! And I was like, yeah, I cry every time. And yeah, I do understand him better now. But, I don't know. That's just my vibe. That's just my vibe. If you ever meet me in person, now you know I'm a Demon Slayer girl. And when I say I'm a Demon Slayer girl, I am a Demon Slayer girl. But that being said, we'll put it in S. Akaza and Giyu, this is... Both this and Akaza and Rengoku, I get the vibes. I know people who love these ships. I know so many people who eat up specifically Akaza and Rengoku, but also Akaza and Giyu, because of the, like, vibes during their fight, you know? A good example of this is during the fight in Infinity Castle, and it's Giyu and Tanjiro versus Akaza. For the most part, when Akaza is fighting Giyu, he's smiling, he's loving it, he's having a great time. And then when he has to fight Tanjiro, he's just, like, trying to squash a bug. Like, that's just what he looks like. He's, like, angry. He hardly ever smiles when he's fighting Tanjiro, except when he is like, you've gotten stronger, and then he finds him annoying again. Like, it's just so funny to me. So I understand people like the whole, like, enemies to lovers and the whole, like, kind of flirtatious almost vibes. That's not how I ever read the scenes. I think it's quite obvious in the story. It's because Akaza loves the fight. He loves the game of the fighting. That's just how he enjoys himself, I guess. So that's why he seems kind of, like, flirty. It's because he finds Giyu and Rengoku very strong, and when he gets to fight a strong opponent, he gets really excited. The whole reason why he kind of dislikes Tanjiro is because he saw him as weak, and he only smiled when he was like, Tanjiro's gotten stronger. So, that being said, like, I get it. I understand it. I'm trying to remember where I put Giyu and Akaza when I did Giyu ships, because it's been, like, 6 months since I did that video. I might have put it in C. I put it in C. It's not for me. I don't want to let, like, the knowledge that, like, I have a lot of friends who like it sway me. So I'm just gonna put it in C because I think that's where I feel it's gonna be. That being said, so Akaza and Muzan, I don't like this as much as Kokushibo and Muzan, because like I said, with Kokushibo and Muzan, at least it feels a little bit more like they see eye to eye. Akaza is just so like, yes, Muzan-sama, hi, Muzan-sama, like, just so like that, yes, yes sir, I will do what you ask. Like, he's just so like, this is my master and I will do anything he says, even though I don't think he ever... I don't know. It's hard to describe. With Akaza's story, he had no choice when he got turned into a demon, and it was because he just didn't care. So it's kind of hard to tell if it's like he cares about Muzan because he has that, like, desire to protect that's, like, almost animalistic for him, because he knows, he's like, I gotta fight, I gotta get stronger, but he forgets that that was because of Koyuki. So I feel like he kind of takes that feeling of I gotta fight, I gotta get stronger because I want to impress Muzan-sama. Like, I don't know. It's not for me. It feels much more like master and student. That's the best word I can come up with. So this is gonna go in C because I don't like it. Akaza and Kaigaku, like, do they ever even get along? Do they ever meet? Do they ever see each other? Like, there's nothing that leads me to believe that they even know each other exists. I mean, obviously they do, because they're both in Upper Moon at the end of the fight, but that's how they know each other. Not to mention, Kaigaku is a samurai. So Akaza wouldn't really like him. He doesn't like samurai. he specifically fights without one. And it comes up a lot that, like, he doesn't like demon slayers because they fight with swords, because, like, his past is so samurai heavy hatred. Okay. I don't know if C is where it belongs. It might belong in U. Oh, let's put it in C. No, I'm putting it in U. I don't care. How old was Akaza when he got turned? Like 18? That is a weird thought to think about. Like, he was freshly an adult by today's standards. By Edo period standards, I think an adult is, like, especially for a guy, 16 at the latest. Akaza and Zohakten specifically, don't know why this exists. This kind of gives me the, because Zohakten, like, presents himself as, like, a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old, so no thanks. Alright, Akaza and Rengoku. I think I do like it a little bit better than Akaza and Giyu, because there was, like, a little bit more back and forth, and they seemed to, like, well, Rengoku hated him the entire time, but Akaza seemed to enjoy the fight against him even more, maybe respect him a little bit more. And in, like, an AU world where they're both humans, they're not fighting, I could see them getting along better than Akaza and Giyu. I still don't know if I can put it above C, though. It's just not, it's not for me, okay? I'm sorry, y'all, it's going in C. It's just not for me. This one's U because of multiple reasons. Akaza and Tanjiro, like, come on. Akaza and Doma, ugh. This also belongs next to the other. Actually, do I like that less? I feel like I like it less. I feel like Akaza and Doma, like, there's legitimate hatred there. I feel like Akaza at the very least respects Kokushibo, and Kokushibo respects Doma and Akaza. Akaza hates Doma. Doma tries to act like they're friends, but that's, again, like, a facade. Yeah, that's going in C as well. It's not for me. And next, okay. People freaking love this ship, and it pisses me off, man. I despise this ship more than the Akaza and Rengoku, Akaza and Giyu, because, like, all of those, well, Giyu doesn't die. Giyu is able to survive the fight against Akaza, but, like, Akaza and Rengoku, Doma and Shinobu, Doma and Kotoha, all of these are, like, killer X killed, which a lot of people just in general think is bad and don't like it. It's part of, like, the enemies to lovers trope. My problem with Doma and Shinobu is, one, he ruined her life. When it comes to, like, Rengoku, he didn't know he existed until that final battle, and then Rengoku died. Doma killed her sister, and she dedicated the rest of her life to taking him down to the point of being willing to die for that cause, to protect Kanao, to protect other lives from him. She was willing to give her life in order to take him down. There's, like, so much more history between the two of them that is bad, that this, like, gives me the ick like crazy. And I also do not like Doma and Kotoha. I like the theory where it's like, ooh, Doma is Inosuke's dad, and, like, there was something there, but that doesn't mean I ship it. I don't like it at all. But Kotoha is a little bit better because I think that there's, like, something to be said about him feeling, like, genuine emotion towards her. Like, he genuinely seemed to like her and, like, genuinely took care of her. He just turned on her when she was able to put two and two together. So I guess I do like, this one's better than Doma and Shinobu. I'm still putting it in C, though. It's better than U, I guess. It's a little bit better. Like, there is some stuff there where it's like, okay, I kind of get it, but Doma to me is just so, like, I like him because of his design, but I hate him for everything else. Like, I do not like Doma. I don't understand why there's so many Doma, like, defenders on the internet that are trying to be like, oh, he was so, like, abused and he had such a hard life, and, like, yeah, it's not like his backstory is, oh, he just, nothing bad happened to him, but he's crazy. I don't like him, and I don't like it when people are, like, trying to victimize him, because he specifically doesn't want to be a victim. Okay, Doma and Muzan, isn't it canon that Muzan kind of hates Doma? Because Doma just kind of does his thing. And he doesn't really listen to Muzan. He's just kind of like, yeah. But he's just like so freaking good as a demon that Muzan had no choice but to like promote him to upper 2. Do I like the vibes better than Doma and Akaza? I think so. I don't know why. That's just like, my heart is like, I like it a little bit better. We'll put it in B because sure. Which leads us to our last one, Doma and Rengoku. Why? Like, of all the Hashira, outside of Shinobu, why him? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. This one has some of the randomest ships and then randomly doesn't have like some actual like pretty popular ships that I've heard of. I don't like this. I'm putting it in C. So there's my list. This is why I was like, okay, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna do demons, but I don't know if there's gonna be much to say. Yeah, I guess that's my hot take, is I hate Doma and Shinobu. I don't like Doma and Kotoha. I just don't like Doma as a ship in general. Like, the highest I placed it is B. I think every character has at least an S tier, like one S tier ship, except for him and Kokushibo. Kokushibo also is just like not, like these characters are just not shippable to me. The only reason Akaza is even remotely shippable in any way is because that is his canon love interest that he legitimately had and loved. Like, okay, I get that one, but the rest I'm just like, nyeh. So, sorry if that offends you. That's just who I am. I can't really give any other reason other than my love for the demons is just not that intense. So, in order for me to like truly care about a ship, I have to care about at least one of the characters. So there it is. Yay. Alright, y'all. Well, that is my monthly ships video. What do you think? Do y'all like this series? I feel like you do. I feel like you do. Which is funny because I used to not interact with shipping side of this fandom at all, because I do find the shipping side of fandoms to be kind of toxic, but you guys have been fun. I feel like for the most part this has been a pretty chill interaction, and the comments have been pretty chill, so I hope that continues, because I feel like this one's gonna piss a lot of people off, or maybe it doesn't. We'll see. But that is gonna be it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts, and I will see you all in the next video. Mata ne!